Fear. Everybody has it, but it varies from person to person. We can't choose what we are afraid of, and that's probably a good thing, because could you imagine that back in the day our ancestors chose not to be afraid of tigers, but instead thought they were cute? Well, we might not have been here then today. Fear, in a way, it's here to protect us, but in the modern life, I also believe it limits us. Like, for example, last weekend we were at a market here in Bali, and there were some snake trainers who bought some snakes for people to play with and take photos with. And while Adam walked by quite fast and picked up the snake and started playing with it, I was like, hell no, and I was staying many meters away trying to capture the moment of him playing with snakes, but there was no ways that I was gonna go anywhere near it and touch it.
Well, maybe that's an oversimplification of reality. You see, prior to that day, I've never touched a single snake in my entire life. And also I've learned a long time ago that the fear of snakes that we humans have is actually embedded in our DNA. Except for this little girl, because to her, snakes are not real animals. They're just toys. But beside that, on that day, from the moment that I saw the snake trainers to the moment that I picked up the first snake, I went through a huge mental battle with myself. And after asking the snake trainers so many questions, I'm angry, and then he just and understanding that these snakes were well fed and well trained, that's when I started playing around with them.
Oh my god.
But even that, there was a moment, as you can see, both snakes went straight for my face. And that was too much for me to handle, and that's when I tapped out. But it was fun though.
I also fear heights, and while many years ago the fear of heights kept our ancestors from falling off a cliff, thousands of years later it's keeping me from experiencing new experiences like climbing mountains, zip lining, hot air ballooning, and maybe even trying the highest roller coaster or the highest slide at a water park. There are many people who feel physically ill when it comes to heights, but I do believe for me that it's all psychological, which I do find kind of annoying, but now I'm gonna change it. I want to get rid of that made up fear in my head that always stops me from experiencing new things, and I'm gonna start with conquering all the water slides at the water park here in Bali. So I've gathered a whole bunch of friends and we're heading to Waterbom, which is said to have one of the highest slides on the island, and I'm determined to get rid of this fear of heights.
How do you feel?
Nervous as hell. I don't want to do this.
Yeah. But you have to.
Oh, I walked all the way up the stairs. I gotta go down one way.
Yep.
Oh.
was your first ever drop.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Very shaky,
Yeah.
but super happy that I did it,
Yeah.
that I conquered my fear.
Well, listen, that's just one time. You need to do it more.
Yeah.
That's called conquering the fear.
But I'm super shaky still.
Yeah.
Like when I got out, the guy was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Like he kept just like checking on me. I'm like, "I'm fine." Just need
Yeah.
to realize what I just did.
Yeah. All right, not bad. Still a very big step forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah.
I normally chicken out like all the time. Walk all the way up the stairs and then just walk back down.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the slide is the fastest way. Did you just hear that?
Well, listen, that's just one time. You need to do it more.
Yeah.
You need to do it more. Yeah.
I gotta do it all over again. And that's why we're here again, to see if I actually really conquered my fear. Because would you consider your fear conquered if you only did it once? So I've gathered a bunch of friends again, and I'm gonna check today if I'm still scared or not.
See you later.
Actually really soft. It's very gentle.
Julia, it's really okay. Actually, Logan today is conquering her fear. I think it should be your day to conquer your fear too.
Why is she conquering her fear? She should be done with it.
Yeah, because she's never done it before. She's never done. No, not today. The first time.
Okay, not today. Not today.
It's really okay. And to be honest with you, so we've done pretty much all of them, right? And this is your final test.
Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Got this.
And yeah, you're gonna do it. Ready? Yeah. We go. All right. See you on the other side. Did you do a very good job?
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
The second time we went to the water park, I still had this very strong feeling of fear towards the heights, and it made me question if I really conquered my fear or not. So after forcing myself to do it all over again, I realized that even though I conquer this fear, it will never disappear. The primal feeling will never disappear. We will just simply get used to it. And by assessing the situation and looking at the risk, we can decide whether or not we want to act on it based on reasoning. Now, if Adam just walked up to a wild snake and grabbed it, or if I went and jumped off a cliff and not gone down a water slide at the park, that would be seen as reckless and not as overcoming a fear. So I truly believe that my fear of heights is all psychological, and I have many other fears to get over and to overcome as well. And I will be documenting the process and taking you guys along for the journey. So be sure to stay tuned, give us a like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you real soon. Bye bye.